Good morning, guys. So, Mama Sue had an idea for a collab. And if you want to see what it is and what palette I'm going to use, then, I don't know, stick around for a little bit. Alrighty, guys. Sue had an idea that everybody just use like a monochromatic look. Do a monochromatic. Anyways, a monochromatic look. There we go. I got it out. Anyways, we're going to use the Tropic Like It's Hot Lorella palette because I can go by the rows and pick out which color I want to use. And I think I'm going to go with this row right here. I don't think. I know. I'm going to go with this row right here. Yeah, because I'm wearing an orange shirt to work today. So we're going to go with the orange. I already prepped my lids with the Sigma eye base in Ignite. I love that eye base. It's a little pricey, like $30, but if you wait for a sale or whatever, you can get it a little bit cheaper or use somebody's code. Also, it lasts a really long time because I don't really use that much when I use it. I just put a little bit and then just kind of tap it out with my fingers. All right, so let's get into this. What shall I do? I think I'm going to use this fluffy singe brush right here, and I'm going to go into Suntan, and I will pop it up in here somewhere so that you can see what it looks like. So we're using Suntan. So Sue said we can use, I mean, when you have monochromatic, it's one shade or one color, I should say, but there's all kinds of different tones and levels of that shade. You know what I mean? Like blue, you can have all sorts of different blues. You can have teal, you can have, you know what I'm saying? Or green. There's different tones. It can be, you know, just to, well, this doesn't really have, this one only has 3 greens and 2 of them are shimmers. And then it has 3 purples with 1 shimmer. The way this is broken down is kind of interesting. Anyways, like they have this corally one, which is, I mean, it's orange. It's just a different type of orange. Anyways, what am I talking about? It's been a rough week, guys. It's been a rough week for me. Today's my Monday. But my son is finally home. There's a whole story with that. Maybe I'll do a get ready with me and tell you. But basically, he got stuck. He went on vacation to Ohio, and he got stuck because he lost his ID. But he's home, so. And then he went out last night. So actually, he's not home right now because he went out with his friends last night and he hasn't come home yet. So there's that. He went to this EDM event at the Tacoma Dome last night. And I guess Shaquille O'Neal was going to be a DJ. I'm like, what? He's like, yeah, when he's not doing his basketball stuff, like on whatever network or whatever, he does like music. He DJs. And I was like, that's cool. I was like, well, if you get a chance to meet him, get a picture because that would be super cool, right? I was like, I can't even imagine Shaq doing like, I don't know. And I was like telling him he was a big basketball player. And he's like, I know who Shaq is. And I'm like, well, how would I know? Because you're like, and then he was like, just because people were only know the 2000s doesn't mean that they wouldn't know who Shaq is. If anybody watches basketball, they know who he is. And I'm like, oh, my bad. Sheesh. Anyways, I thought that was pretty cool. All right, are we looking okay here? Make sure it's even. I'm still working on my lighting. It's like this side looks darker, but the lights are like, I don't get it. They're like kind of like in the same place, but whatever. Oh, I don't want to go to work today. And then So I guess he went out a while ago with some friends and he had lost his wallet, right? Yeah, it's like an ongoing thing. I think this is like 3 or 4 times that he's lost his wallet. I'm going to go into HGT. I think that's what it says. Or no, it's hot. My eyes are terrible without my glasses. It's hot is the shade. Anyways, I guess he had gone out with his friends a while ago and he lost his wallet. So he got a new debit card. We got him a new ID. And when he lost his ID this time, well, even before he went on his trip, he told me that his friend had his wallet because he didn't lose it. He left it in his friend's car. So I had to drive him all the way up to Kirkland yesterday, which is a smidge over an hour, like an hour and 2 minutes. Well, it was an hour and 2 minutes on the way there. On the way home, because of traffic, it was an hour and 33 minutes. So, but we got to drive by the Seahawk training facility, which is always pretty cool. And it was a beautiful day. Although we really, really need, as much as it pains me to say this, we really need some rain because there's a couple really big wildfires, but there's a really huge one up by Leavenworth right now, and it's pretty bad. So we really need some rain to help the firefighters to get a handle on it. So, but as far as I know, we're supposed to be getting some rain this week for like 3 or 4 days. So hopefully that'll help out on the fire front. And then that, I don't know if you guys heard about the Travis Decker situation. So Travis Decker, they've been looking for him for a while now, from the Leavenworth area, actually. So he, I don't know what I can say and not get in trouble, but his kids passed away from his doing. He picked up his kids and he was supposed to bring them back that night because he had limited visitation and he didn't bring them back. His ex called and reported them missing, and they didn't do an Amber Alert. Either way, they ended up finding the girls kind of by his truck, and they had been unalived by him. And so they've been looking for him for 2 months, 2.5 months or something like that. Well, they had found remains not that long ago, which ended up being, and I think it was animal remains that they had found. But then just recently they found some more remains, and it has been positively confirmed to be Travis Decker. The only thing is there's parts missing, so they can't really determine how he died, whether it was a fall or of his own doing. So, but it's really sad story. All right, how's that looking? Let's see, make sure. Looks even. Maybe I should bring this a little bit more into here. And then I'll use that suntan shade to blend it out. Do you think this is too much orange? I don't think so. If I blend it out right, it'll be fine. We'll be fine. A friend of mine asked me to go to dinner tonight, so I just don't know. I just don't know. I'm not really... He's a nice guy, you know? He's a nice guy. We've been friends for a long time, and I really don't want to mess up our friendship, you know? And I'm not really interested in him in that way, you know. And he's really nice, you know, he compliments me all the time, and like, I mean, he's nice, but just not my, I don't know, just not my cup of tea, I guess. Wait a minute, I got the wrong brush. There it is. I'm going to use this Singe brush. It's really good for picking up shimmer shades. And I'm going to go into Heat. I'm thinking this is definitely a summer palette. And we're going to put this all over the lid here. Oh, that's a pretty shade. But yeah, so, I mean, I don't mind being friends, and we can go out and like hang out and stuff, you know. He's fun to go to concerts with, but like, I just don't know if I want to get in a relationship and risk ruining a friendship, first of all, and second of all, it's just, I don't know, it's not, I just don't think that I'm interested in him in that way. I never really have been. He's always been like a pretty big flirt. But I don't know. I just don't want to settle. You know what I mean? I don't want to settle, and I don't want to just be with somebody just because they give me some attention, you know? All right. I think that's all we got for now. I'm going to get off. I'm going to do the rest of my makeup, and then I will be back with the final look, so don't go anywhere. I'll be right back. Alrighty, guys. I'm back, and the look is done with the Tropic Like It's Hot palette from Lurella. All right, so I used this shade Suntan, I used this shade Jungle, Hot, and I used Heat. So I used these 4 shades right here. I've got Suntan, I laid it down, and then I used Hot to deepen it up. I used Heat on the lid, and then I used the Jungle on the inner corner. I also put the Hot on the lower lash line and blended it out a little bit. I think it's really pretty. What do you guys think? And I was watching videos while I was getting ready. I was watching Riri, and then I started watching Jan. I got to finish her video. But they're doing looks with the new Pacific Northwest palette from Nomad. And I'm super excited. It's a beautiful palette, and I can't wait to get it so that I can play with it and do some looks. I really hope someday they come to like Washington State. But they really did hit the nail on the head with the mountains and the rivers and the glaciers and the you know what I mean? Like, the Pacific Northwest just has so much to explore. 2 hours this way, you're at the beach. 2 hours this way, you're kind of like in the desert. 2 hours this way, you know what I mean? There's just like, there's a little bit of everything here. You got Canada right up to the north that you can visit. Like, I think it would be a 3-hour drive for me to get to the border. I have been to Victoria a couple times. I think 3 times, I want to say. And we drove up to Seattle, and they have like a place you park, and then you get on the Victoria Clipper, and it takes you up to Victoria, and you spend the weekend there. It's just beautiful. Like, this area, I just don't think like, I can't even capture the Pacific Northwest in my pictures. You know what I'm saying? Like, it's hard to show you guys exactly what I'm seeing with my eyes. You know what I mean? I do the best that I can to capture it in my photos, but like the Oregon coast, chef's kiss to the Oregon coast. I'm just saying, Seaside, Cannon Beach. You go through Astoria, where The Goonies was filmed. I don't know why I'm having such a hard time putting my thoughts together, but it's a beautiful palette and I can't wait to get it because yes, I am getting it. So anyways, I hope you guys have an amazing morning, afternoon, or evening, whatever time of day it is that you're watching this. I hope you all take care and stay safe. This is a collab. I would go down below in the description box and there's a playlist. Click on the link, hit play all, and see what shades the other ladies picked and what their monochromatic look is going to be like. But I really enjoy this Lurella palette. I think it's really pretty. And you got all the colors that you could possibly need, really. Minus a black and a white. A black is always nice for like making liner and stuff like that. Let me know. What do you think of the look? I think it's really pretty. I got to get out of here. If you're new to the channel and you enjoy this kind of stuff as well as a lot of other things, I hope you will join the family, Nene's Glam Squad. Just go down below, hit the subscribe button. Make sure you turn up the notification bell to all. Give the video a thumbs up and leave a comment. And if you have a hype available, if you wouldn't mind using that on me, I'd really appreciate it. All right, have a good day, and I hope I see you next time. Bye.